Alright guys, welcome. You're here if you were if you chose the fight the battle on the battlefield
Here
map.
you will learn to use terrain correctly, deploy and use advanced units, outflank enemies, and inspire
a small comment before this guy continues to rebel on is that you can see that the units that I pick into the army and that go into the battle aren't the units that I'm getting in the tutorial. So in that sense, it's very limited. It allows you to do moves, but it seems like every move that I'd take anyway would lead to the same result because it's kind of teaching you, which is kind of disappointing. But I guess they want to show you and showcase the new units, and that's the most streamlined way you can do that. So now he's telling me about my deployment zones and what I need to do. So let's start lining up, I guess.
Should be in front, so they can be the first casualties. Keep your general out of immediate danger.
So what are these? Nodashi Samurai. Oh, look at their charge bonus. They don't have any defense, barely though. And these are my Katana Samurai. And then I have Yari Cavalry. Let me see, okay. Alright. So let's what do you guys think about how the game looks? Do you think it's similar to the older games? Because for me, it's a very, very similar interface to the Empire and Napoleon games. I don't know. It kind of feels like it's the same thing being built on top of the. It's not like the change you felt when you played Medieval and then jumped to Empire and Napoleon. Write down in the comments. I mean, if you guys like what you think of it. You can see that our archers can deploy defenses in front of them, which is pretty cool, but since we're pretty far away from the enemy, that's kind of useless. So I don't know, seems like a nice setup.
You can use predefined formations.
Predefined formations.
Select all your units, then group them by pressing the G key or by clicking the group button. Select the formation button and choose the formation that suits your needs. When ready, click the gong button to start the battle.
That's nice. Oh, I see. So predetermined formations. This could be useful when you want to do quick deployments against the AI. That's definitely something nice I'd like to see. I remember they were there in the past in some Total War games, but they were simplistic. You had like column and spears, cavalry, and then. But I guess this is using Sun Tzu's Art of War, so I'm guessing these formations are from there. I'm not knowledgeable enough about that. I haven't read the book to be able to make comments, but it just seems from a first-hand impression that that is where they would bring their stuff from. So you can see that each one has an infantry, like each one has a certain core to it, and I picked the heavy infantry core one, which is what I have.
Your general automatically gives a small morale boost to troops inside his circle of influence. But he also has special abilities with greater effects too. Your general has an Inspire ability. This will increase a unit's morale, melee skills, and missile accuracy for a short period of time. He can also use the Rally ability to stop troops from fleeing and boost the morale of nearby men. Be careful when you use these abilities. They cannot be used constantly, and you must wait before using them again.
So you get to rally and inspire, similar to the past, but now they're kind of like two different things, which is also quite interesting.
The Shogun clan are defending the far side of the river. We must control the nearby village, cross the river, and attack.
I'll take this time to talk about how I feel about the Total War games in general. Like, I wasn't really a big fan of the jump into gunpowder. Like, I didn't like, I didn't really like Empire and Napoleon that much, to be honest. I tried Napoleon and I didn't even buy it. It just wasn't my thing. I didn't like the way it was. So for me, this is like, I mean, this has to work for the Total War games because Oh wow, you can go in slow motion. Look at that, man. This is video galore. This is video galore material. But yeah, I mean, for me, this is them going back to their roots here is very important, and I'm very interested to see about how this works. It's definitely interesting to see the terrain differences.
Their troops are using the buildings for cover.
It's definitely nice to see how the visuals definitely add a feature, because in the other melee games, I call them, the Rome and Medieval and Medieval 2 and the old Shogun, terrain was it was fun, but you didn't have this kind of terrain where it's like realistic passes. In Medieval Total War, like I remember, for example, Medieval 2 Total War, no one would want to fight on terrain because the units would go all stupid on you and they wouldn't be able to fight properly.
Or use the narrow bridge. Terrain plays an important part
yeah,
in battle.
that's my perspective on it.
Sometimes the quickest route may not always be the best route to defeat the enemy.
So they're basically just teaching you that, oh wait, you might not want to go across a narrow bridge when you can pass from the side. It's very simplistic stuff, this tutorial. Really just kind of teaching you the stuff in the game. But generally all the tips and mastery will come with experience, so I guess we'll just have to wait for the actual game to come out to start a proper campaign and be able to really manage things. I mean, it's not bad. So I'm gonna target these guys with artillery, and let's see. Oh, another thing, when I move the units, they start moving automatically in run mode in the game. So unlike the older games where they start out walking, now they start out running, and I think this is actually a big, at least for multiplayer, it's a big change, because now the only time you'll be marching is when you want to get to position, so you won't get, it kind of makes the game easier is my point, because in the multiplayer section, because microing your units and getting them to run around and all over the place was a big part, you know, getting those right clicks right, double right clicks right, pressing the R button properly, waiting for the right time to get your units to run out or into a certain situation. That could be game changing at certain times and certain moments, and I feel now that you could just click and they'll just run. I feel it makes it a little bit different, but it's a dynamic, so whatever. So I'm going to use my cavalry to actually charge that unit now. Let's take them into diamond formation to get that charge bonus. And look at that, man! Charges in this game are spectacular. There are charges; they'll decimate things instantly, which is pretty cool.
They are on the distant hill. Use the cover of the forest to approach and attack the Sogo army. The trees will hide your men. Soon, the Sogo lands will be yours.
Okay, so use the trees. Okay, whatever. I guess when you're playing against a human player, that wouldn't really matter, would it? Unless there's some sort of sightseeing system where you can only see units that your army has direct contact with, like a direct line of sight that's uninterrupted by hills or trees or stuff like that. It doesn't seem that way though, because I can see them. Okay, so I'll just put my guys over here, and so you can see everybody's running. More comments I can make about the game is that in regards of unit models and how the units look and their diversity in each unit, it's just fantastic. You don't have that that uniformity anymore. I hate uniformity when I'm playing games like this where everybody looks like clones of each other. You have different faces on these guys, and let alone their weapons and their accessories are also different at certain units and certain times. It's pretty cool, and the animations are super well done. Like if you remember in the first video when I showed you that huge battle that was going on as we were trying to learn what spearmen do, that was some exciting and interesting ways of doing things. Everybody's just fighting each other in a big blob once they actually engage, which is pretty much how it should be. Once your front lines and infantry lines engage, it can't be a pretty straight line, you know. They're always intermixed between each other, and it'll be a huge blob, which can be a benefit, I guess, to the cavalry. Whoa. There
select your Naginata samurai units.
So we're being ambushed by musketmen. So you want to use your high attacking samurai units to attack infantry that you want to get rid of quickly, obviously. They're like samurai with I forget what it's called. It's like the big it's like kind of like a yari, but it's curved from the top. So like it's like a spear with a curved blade on the back. I guess you can call it half-head blade. There you can see them. They're marching forward with them. Pretty cool stuff. And let's get some attacks going. So you can see that one of my units is actually routing on the left flank, which is kind of awkward. I think those are my bowmen? Am I? Yeah. My bowmen are fighting, and that's why they're routing. Whatever. If you're wondering, I'm doing this commentary, like, I recorded this footage before, and unfortunately most of it was corrupt. So I'm lucky to even have the video. All the old audio that I was commenting while I was playing is pretty much gone. So after this battle, when we get to the siege of Awa, the whole footage there was like totally corrupted. I only managed to get a little bit of it in the beginning. And it was my third battle, so that means that with that video, we will end the campaign. Unless you guys would like me to continue, you know, auto-resolving things and pushing in to kind of explore what it's like. Based on what kind of input I'll get on this video, I'll be able to decide how we will do stuff in the future. So what's going to happen now is just pretty much a generic battle. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of it. And remember to subscribe. Thanks for the thumbs up. I'm expecting you're going to thumbs up. Please thumbs up. And be sure to stick around for more videos for Shogun Total War in the future. Thanks for watching, guys.
While your infantry fight in the woods, select your Yari cavalry. Yari cavalry are the fastest units used for scouting, outflanking, and diversions. In wedge formation, they are good at hunting down unprotected missile units. Move your Yari cavalry into position, ready to outflank the enemy. Congratulations. You have beaten the sword.